All right, guys, breaking news once again. The SAT with their next disaster, they have now scrapped plans for the online SAT. In this video, I'm going to tell you all about that, why they scrapped those plans, and more. Let's get into it. All right, so basically, as you know, guys, in my past videos, I've explained tons about the APs and how those were administered online. The various mistakes were made. Just to recap that quickly, the APs moved from the several-hour format to a 45-minute online format, and those were given over the past few weeks, and there was just, frankly, a lot of mistakes. So there were computer glitches, students weren't able to log on, students weren't able to submit their answer, and then the College Board was slapped with a massive lawsuit once again for $500 million. You can check out my other video on that topic. And basically, the whole house is crumbling down on the College Board right now. So what they did was they were planning on doing an online SAT. Now, because of all the mistakes with the APs, I think that's why they scrapped the plans for the online SAT. Now, what would have been different about the online SAT as opposed to the online APs? Well, the APs, they were able to condense down to 45 minutes. So that was an advantage, right? It wasn't too long. Students were able to complete the test. There would be minimal, glitches and issues in their mind. Obviously, those still occurred. But the problem is with the SAT, that's a 3-hour test. They're unable to shorten the SAT to 45 minutes. So they would have needed 3 hours of uninterrupted internet time. Anyone knows that's pretty hard to achieve. Your internet could go out. There could be a mistake with your computer. I mean, there's just huge amount of errors that could have occurred. And because of that, they basically said, we're giving up on giving the online SAT. Now, why is that significant? Well, if you go back to my other videos, I talked about a massive lawsuit that they were hit with. They were hit with a $500 million lawsuit for the online APs. It was unfair. It was discriminatory. It was, malicious. I mean, everything in the book was thrown at them. Now, here you could only imagine how that would intensify. With the SAT being a higher stakes test and 3 hours long, there was really no way they were going to get it done and have it work. Like, it's just not possible for students to sit there for 3 hours on a computer uninterrupted and take the exam. Now, that's probably the main reason why they scrapped it. And I guess, in a sense, that lawsuit was successful. They also stated in the lawsuit that they would sue again if there was any online SAT. So they got rid of it. Now, what does that mean? Well, as you know, there's a lot of registration issues with the SAT. I included that in one of my other videos. Students aren't able to register for the test. And if coronavirus continues, it's going to be highly unlikely that students will be able to register for the test. There's just not going to be a lot of opportunity for students to take the exam. So one of the big, things coming up that could have helped with that would have been this online SAT. But unfortunately, that is now gone. So I'm going to get into a little bit more specifics about what they said as to why they got rid of this. So basically, legal groups such as Fair Test and other law firms kind of attacked the online SAT. They basically called SAT and College Board out and said that it was impossible for them to get this done. Now, the College Board was trying to do it to show flexibility and to be, understanding of students who are experiencing the pandemic. Because of this, they tried to launch the online SAT. Now, since it's been canceled, it's going to only accelerate the movement towards test optional. And as you know, recently, the biggest school system in the country, the 300,000 student University of California system, has gone test optional and will be phasing out the SAT and the ACT. So there's kind of a combination of factors that went into this decision. And, unfortunately for a lot of the students out there, I feel bad for you guys. It's going to take one option off the table. Now, what does that mean for the ACT, right? Is the ACT also canceling their online test? They have actually stated that they will not be canceling their online test. They are still moving towards the online test for their 2+ million students. Now, that's, I guess, questionable, but you could say that the ACT company does have a lot of experience with giving online tests. They have other tests that are given online, so maybe they feel more comfortable doing that successfully. But at the end of the day, I think that one is going to come into question too. My prediction is that one will also result in a lawsuit, and therefore they may be forced and pressured to not do that as well. So I guess the conclusion is, guys, the online SAT is scrapped. You don't have to worry about it. I was already thinking of how I was going to prepare students and you guys for that test. I guess I'm throwing that out of my mind, and we're back to the paper and pencil SAT given at your school, where you're sitting in the auditorium, you're sitting in the lunchroom, and you're grinding out the test. That said, hopefully the corona disappears soon and you guys will be able to take the test. Definitely register now for either exam if you're planning on taking it. Now you don't have to plan on taking the online SAT. That's it. I'm out.